Yeah, thank you. So my name is Maurizio Dottore. I'm with Black Rice.
Yeah,
Thanks for inviting me.
absolutely. So, where are you from?
So actually, I live in Liechtenstein, in the Principality of Liechtenstein.
Okay.
That's a small country between Switzerland and Austria.
Ah, okay. So, can you tell me more about the meaning of the band name?
Yes, of course. I mean, so when I started the project, so actually I have to just first introduce that Black Rice is set up as a band, but it's a solo project. So it's
Okay.
only me. And I had this vision of just, talking about my life flow
Yeah.
and then thinking about the flow, suddenly a river came into my mind.
Okay.
So, and that's actually the name Reus is the name of a river in Switzerland.
Okay.
So that's actually where I started the project. I was living in Switzerland next to this river
Okay. I have been one time in Switzerland in Lausanne.
in
So,
Lucerne.
yeah.
So
I
actually, then you have then if you crossed the bridge, the legendary wood bridge, then you
yeah.
crossed the Reus.
Okay. Then I know that.
So and
Cool.
actually, because of it's always been a little bit of a melancholic touch in my life. So black is symbolizing this, and
Okay.
that's everything about the name. So I just combined the two things, and that's Black Rice.
Okay. That's cool because I really like the name because I check it on Google, but I only find you with this name.
Thank you.
So
But
can you tell me more about your first release?
yeah, so our first release was an album called Metamorphosis, which was released in 2021.
Yeah.
So you can say just during the COVID pandemic, if you want so. Um, and yeah, that's so. I'm working on a concept. So that's a 4-chapter concept, and every chapter will is reflected in an album. So the concept is I'm working on is about 4 albums,
Okay.
and the first Metamorphosis is the first chapter, and symbolizing my life flow. And I have 4 chapters, which are Metamorphosis, which is just a transformation, just the start
Yeah.
of a transformation. And then the second album is Journey. The third one will be Arrival, and the fourth one will be Death.
Okay.
So
So
Metamorphosis is actually the start of this, let's call it, concept where I am reflecting a little bit of my life. That's everything. So
okay. So, but your songs, can you tell me something about the song? What is the song about? The story, the lyrics about the song?
yeah, actually in Metamorphosis. So if you talk about the first album,
Yeah.
that's um, when you think about when I think about back when I made the concept, I was just not really happy with my life, with some things in my life. I really thought I have to change something, and I mean the goal is always to become a happy man. Just be happy with what you
Yeah.
have, and just create a surrounding where your yeah the things you believe are lived. So metamorphosis actually is the start of this. So when you just realize you have to change something, and then you transform, you just start rethinking about relationships. You start rethinking about are the things that you're doing in your life the right things? Am I a kind person to other people? So these are all things that I reflect in the first album.
Okay. Uh, uh, I check your songs. You send a song to me, I think.
Yes, but that
Yeah.
was from the second album, Journey, which was released this year in May.
Okay.
And it was Whole, which was the second single I also produced a video for.
Hmm.
And Journey is then the second chapter. So when you talk about the second chapter, Journey is the um, you can imagine such a transformation that costs a lot of energy, you
Okay.
know. So
I,
and then
I
you just
sorry.
go on this journey where you just try to arrive to a point where you can be happy with your situation.
Yeah. For me, that song is very powerful. You know,
Thank
it's
you.
very powerful because the music make it to be how you say that. Yeah, I think powerful is the right name.
Yeah, actually, I'm not used to much up tempo songs, and Hole is probably one of these powerful, more metal songs,
Yeah,
And I mean, it's just about the lyrics are clear. It's just about how much lies can you feel in your hole until it's just overboarding.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I, it's how I say that. I don't remember the words in English. Oh, damn. Yeah, I think your songs is very powerful because your lyrics is very uh, in your life.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I mean, it's just I decided to be very clear about the lyrics. I could also use another style of writing things, using more metaphors and stuff like that. But I was just always it's the truth. It's how I felt it and how it was happening in my life. And I'm very curious about the next chapters because the first two are, let's call it retrospective, if you want so.
yeah,
So I went through this metamorphosis and I went through this journey. I'm still in the journey, I think. And then arrival and death, of course, are projective. So I have to write for the future albums. I have to write what I think could be the next chapter. But the first two, that there are a lot of things that really happened to me, and so I think I'm convinced that if you just write from the heart and you write, just things that are right, then it's very powerful, of course.
exactly. So what make you different from others solo artists?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, what make you different from others solo
Phew.
artists?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm not considering me a pioneer in this music I'm doing. So there are other bands maybe 20 or 30 years ago were really pioneers and just had a new kind of sound. But I think what makes me different is that that's me. That's 100% me. That's also
Mm,
why I I I wanted to do it as a solo project, because everything is coming from within me.
yeah.
And so that's probably the music I wrote in my career that is the nearest to myself it can be.
Okay. So when will the next release coming?
Well, actually, I just finished the recordings for 5 songs,
Okay.
um, because I just started, if you want, so another project because my father-in-law, he's writing poems,
Okay.
and I received the book so end of last year from him, and I start reading in the book, and a few of the poems really touched me, and I know that he's listening a lot to my music. And
That's
then, so
great.
in an evening, we were drinking a glass of wine, and then we just thought about why don't you do some music with my poems, with the
Mm,
lyrics of the poems. And so I just started to try it out, and I was really happy about the result, and he as well. And so I'm just, in the middle of this fourth chapter, I will release 5 songs, probably November this year,
okay.
digitally only with the poems. A little bit different from what you heard so far from Black Rice. And
Okay.
then, of course, I'm working on the third album, Arrival, which I probably want to release by the end of 23.
Okay. So maybe we at the Veckans Band Med ZeD can play the premiere songs for you.
Today, you mean?
Yeah, or when you release something.
Yes, of course. I will let you know.
Yeah, that would be great. So, well, we have coming to the part two, and that's our eighth question from people,
All right.
and we call it eight fast question.
Huh.
So, what was the first record you buy for your own money?
Oh wow, that's long time ago. But I still have it in my mind. If I remember well, it was Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses.
Okay. So, what song do you wish you have made?
Poor. There are a lot of songs I wish I have wrote, but if I have to say one, I probably first that comes into my mind is Stairway to Heaven of Led Zeppelin.
Ooh, it's a great one. So, what is the best record ever released?
Even a more difficult question than before. So, oh, there are so many good music, good records. What if I, well, let's say Abbey Road from the Beatles?
Okay. So, what is the best concert you have seen?
That's clearly, I have seen a lot of concerts and a lot of very good concerts, but the one I remind as the best one was Radiohead in 2003 in the Montreux Jazz Festival.
Okay. So, which what vänta, I need to see what they have right. What is the most unrated band or artist in the world?
Poor. It's really depending. You think right now, or in the past, or right now, or
Yeah, right now I think.
oh, right now. So, sorry, I have to take a
No problem.
sip of water. Mm, I would say Opeth, maybe.
Okay.
Opeth.
So, say a record that other people don't think you like.
Hmm. Oh, I listen to a lot of music. So if you heard not only metal, but probably a record that I really like and people would not think about is Legend from Bob Marley.
Ooh, Bob Marley is really great music.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
know, just if you listen to Black Rice, maybe you're not associating reggae to my repertoire. So,
yeah
but I really
some.
like. I'm not a reggae fan actually, but Bob, especially Bob Marley, always touched me. Also because of the lyrics, and there are a few songs on Legend that are simply also lyric-wise
Yeah.
very touching.
Okay. So, what is the strange thing you that happened in a concert you have seen?
The strangest thing
Yeah.
during a concert or
Okay.
after the concert.
I think this question are in the contract.
Okay, I remember. I remember the following. There, of course, there are a lot of strange things that happened. I was playing with my first band, Exidium.
Hmm.
It was in the French part of Switzerland, I think. In it was in. I don't remember exactly in the French part, but I was so angry on this night that I just, just went to our stagehand and said, just bring me as much beer as you can bring. and
Okay.
and then I mean I drank the whole concert, and finally I just they had to just help me going down the stage.
Okay, I understand. I think be drunk in the States, I think, is not great.
No, I mean I was just we usually you don't use to drink at the time on stage, but I don't know, I don't remember exactly why, but I was so angry because maybe the organization was not so good, or
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just wanted to just drink, and I mean it was really strange because they put all the beers on my amp on the stage, so it
Ooh.
just looked like an
Yeah,
alcoholic guitar
yeah, I
player.
can understand that. So, Where do you see yourself about 5 years?
That's a really good question. I really hope that I can continue to reach people with my music. That's really. um, I see myself in 5 years. At the moment, Black Royce is not on tour. It's not playing live. So,
Yeah,
and I am working on a concept to do that maybe in 24 or 25. So hopefully, I see myself touring and playing
so
gigs again.
maybe you are coming to Sweden and play live.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to come to Sweden and play live because I mean you also have a quite a good metal crowd in
Yeah,
Sweden and a lot of great bands coming from Sweden and also not only in metal or also talking about music as Sweden has always delivered fantastic music, so
yeah,
very
that's true.
musical people and I would love to play there.
That's. I hope you come one day, and then I will be there.
Yeah, actually I never played in Sweden so far. Played a
Oh,
lot of countries but not Sweden.
then you have to come to Sweden.
Actually, you're right. I have to come to Sweden.
Yeah. So the last question are from my band I talked with for a few days ago, and I normally never tell the other band which band I uh, talked with. So it's just a random question. But what will you be doing if you're not creating music?
I've been asked this in other interviews as well. I mean, I do other things in my life other than music. So I just, I have to live from something. So I have a job, of course,
Okay.
and I have a family, and I love cooking, and I love being with friends. And so if music would not be here, then of course I will miss a big piece. But it's not that important that I can live without. So but I would probably paint, do something artistic,
Mm.
probably.
Do you
What?
want to give a question to the next band I will talking with?
Yeah. So not knowing who's the next band, I just
Exactly.
ask, um, how do you feel about the current situation in music business?
Okay. So that's the question. Okay.
Yes.
So the last thing, do you want to say anything to everyone want to see this interview?
Yeah, I can. I mean, first of all, thanks for this opportunity and to reach out to Black Royce, and just want to say, do what you want to do, follow your dreams, and be persistent.
That's what I do. I follow my dreams with this.
So you see, you're just doing it right.
Exactly.
are, are you happy?
I am. I am really happy.
You see, just follow your dreams, and
Yeah.
someday you will be happy.
Yeah, I will.